Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
Now at 5, families grieving tonight after 2 teens were killed in a crash. What we're learning about those victims.
This is just unbelievable. People live here.
Neighbors in one local neighborhood say they were terrorized over the weekend by an illegal vehicle rally. Now, some elected officials say it's all political, and they expect something like this could happen again. A report ahead.
Plus, residents in one community concerned after 2 shootings happened just a half an hour apart. We're hearing reaction tonight.
Plus, a new report just out today sheds light on crime in Connecticut, and elected officials have a lot to say about the numbers. We'll hear from them coming up.
Good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Well, we have new details tonight. We now know the names of the 2 teens killed in a crash in Glastonbury last night.
And police say those 2 teens were killed when a motorcycle and an SUV collided. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live from Glastonbury now with what we're learning about the victims. DeAndrea.
Well, you guys, less than 24 hours ago, where I'm standing at this intersection, it was closed because of that wreck. And tonight, 2 families, they're grieving the loss of their 2 teenage loved ones. Traffic is flowing on Hebron Avenue near Route 2 East in Glastonbury, a contrast to the scene here on Sunday night.
Upon their arrival, they observed an obvious accident between a motorcycle and an SUV.
Remnants of the crash still on the side of the road that took the life of 18-year-old Gordon Max Southby, who was driving the motorcycle, and 15-year-old Andra Spencer of Colchester, who was in the SUV.
It's really not the norm, but I've been to a few of those accidents with teenagers.
Southby was a senior at Glastonbury High School. The school releasing a statement today saying, quote, Mac was very intelligent and charismatic and will greatly be missed. We have Mac's family and friends in our thoughts and prayers as they process this devastating loss. The Colchester School District also offering a statement remembering Spencer, saying that she was a student at Bacon Academy and offering their thoughts and prayers to her family. And Spencer's dad, Brian, says that she was so alive and happy and the most caring young woman you would ever meet.
Over my course of my career, there have been a few accidents in that area.
In fact, in December 2002, 4 people were killed in the same spot when a BMW crashed at high speed into a Ford Escort.
I think people also have to be a little bit more cognizant of their surroundings and the environment in which they're driving.
Hours later, traffic is flowing again, but many questions like how this wreck happened still remain.
This could go on for quite some time before we come up with a causation and fault with the accident.
And you guys, Spencer's dad, he tells me that she was supposed to turn 16 next week. They were actually planning for her sweet 16th birthday, but now instead they're planning a funeral, and both schools said they'll have counselors available for friends and students who need to talk tomorrow. For now in Glastonbury, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
Really difficult story. All right. Thank you, DeAndrea. Well, on the Fox 61 News at 4, we showed you how neighbors and police were reacting to an illegal vehicle rally that terrorized a Wethersfield neighborhood over the weekend.
But is this an isolated incident, or does it signal a larger community crime problem that stems from political decisions? Fox 61's Matt Karen is live in Wethersfield now after looking into this. Matt, what did you find out?
Yeah, hi guys, and that is the question. Well, this is where it all happened here. Saturday night, about 10 p.m., right under this highway overpass. Here at the busy intersection of Jordan Lane and Wolcott Hill Road in Wethersfield. In fact, if you look at the road here, you can still see the tire marks from where dozens of vehicles were doing donuts. This incident all caught on video.
There is absolutely no reason why this should be happening.
Sandwiched between 2 state agencies, businesses, and private homes.
This is just unbelievable. People live here.
Is the busy intersection of Jordan Lane and Wolcott Hill Road in Wethersfield. On Saturday night, the scene of an illegal vehicle rally involving dozens of cars and about 100 people. All caught on video that was posted to a Ring video page and shared with the neighborhood.
It looked like an apocalyptic scene. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. It was the middle of the road.
It puts everyone on that road at risk, not only the people who are in that vehicle, bystanders, people driving by in other areas, in residential areas, people in their homes.
With the police investigation ongoing, some political campaigns, like Republican candidate for State Rep Breonna Timbrow, say the incident highlights the need to unhandcuff the police from doing their jobs.
There's a real concern for families that moved to Wethersfield that have not dealt with this. And, now they're looking over their shoulder to go to the grocery store, to pump gas.
But Democratic State Senator Matt Lesser told Fox 61 the police accountability bill didn't place any additional restrictions on law enforcement's ability to pursue suspects, and noted that this past session the legislature passed a bipartisan juvenile crime bill
to try to address that specific issue, making sure that police and prosecutors have the information they need to go after repeat offenders.
And the Wethersfield police told me that they do have a variety of tools that they can use to go after suspects, both while a crime is occurring and after the fact. They are asking anyone with any information to give them a call. Saturday's rally, they want people to give them a call so they can be held accountable. We're live here in Wethersfield. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, you can tell why that would get under the skin of some people who live nearby. That's a big problem. All right, Connecticut Red Cross volunteers are on the way to Florida now, ahead of Hurricane Ian making landfall. 2 volunteers are heading down south. They will help support the Red Cross sheltering efforts in Florida as they prepare for the storm. Hundreds of trained disaster workers are being deployed to Florida, and more relief supplies are on the way as well to support people in the path of that hurricane. And just moments ago, a new update on Hurricane Ian coming into the Weather Center.
Meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us now with the very latest. Ryan, what does it say?
Sarah and Brent, it continues to strengthen and strengthen quickly, now up to a Category 2 with winds to 100 miles per hour. The storm moving to the north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. And right now it's about 155 miles southeast of the tip of western Cuba. And we also got an update to the track of the storm, but it continues the same idea. And that is that over the next 24 to 36 hours, this crosses over the western tip of Cuba, enters into the Gulf of Mexico where there's very warm water. There will be very little wind shear, and this storm can continue to strengthen up to a Category 4 status as we get into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and even into Wednesday afternoon too. Then the storm will be slowing down as it approaches the Tampa Bay area, and that's not good. It will be piling water in. It will also be picking up the winds as it moves in as well. We'll talk a lot more about Ian coming up in just a few minutes, but quickly, our weather. We have a couple of quick showers and downpours moving through. We have one that's just entering Hartford County. This is moving out of the Torrington area, moving into Granby and Simsbury in the next 10 minutes. And there's one more downpour. This one will be heading toward Bristol once we get past 5:30. And if it holds together, Farmington about 5:45. Much more on Ian and our local forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, a man's facing charges after allegedly driving the wrong way on a highway and then crashing into a state trooper. This happened on I-81 westbound near exit 15 on Saturday. State police say the driver, Victor Peleas-Macas, and the trooper were sent to the hospital. He's now facing charges for allegedly driving without a license and driving under the influence. And new tonight, the state has released its annual Crime in Connecticut report for 2021.
Yeah, the major highlights: violent crime down by 9.04%, robberies down 5.96%, and aggravated assault at the lowest it's been in 10 years, down 16.76%. And now the state's candidates for governor are responding.
Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolforst is live in the newsroom with a closer look at those stats. Emma.
Sarah, Brent, officials say this new report is not entirely complete, as at the federal level, the FBI has not yet released their numbers for their side of things. Local departments, though, reporting fully. But overall, the state shows a nearly 3% decrease in total crimes, while Governor Ned Lamont says that's good news for Connecticut. State Republicans aren't convinced.
These numbers show a very positive trend, and I think it's testament to one of the best police forces in the world right here in Connecticut.
This new report suggests overall crime dropped 30% in the last decade. A few increases: murder up 2% with 3 additional victims from 2020, and rape up over 23%, a difference of 148. Officials say, though, they believe this has to do with a rise in victim reporting and are investigating.
Reporting for a victim of sexual assault is not only difficult on its onset, but it's also difficult a month or 3 months down the road for those folks.
State officials say a focus on community policing has been the catalyst for decreases in crime, but Republicans like Lamont's gubernatorial challenger Bob Stefanowski disagree. Stefanowski reiterating this report is from last year, compiling numbers from 2021, not 2022. He says the people in Connecticut aren't stupid or blind, adding crime is a problem and a growing threat to communities across the state. He blames policies he says scapegoated police and points to staffing issues for state troopers.
What you see in terms of recruitment is a nationwide phenomenon, and not even just limited to police, but delivering, first responders in general. But I'm always happy to tweak and improve what we're doing.
Now, officials say there is a shortage of police, with over 360 recent retirements, leaving them about 25 to 30 troopers short. When asked about the police accountability law, Governor Lamont said he is willing to talk to the legislator about it. To see the full report, head to our website, fox61.com. Live in the newsroom, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61 News.
Well, a new survey by the Connecticut Business and Industry Association is shedding light on the struggles Connecticut business continues to face this year. One of the big takeaways: 85% of employers reported difficulty finding and retaining employees. Other issues top of mind for business leaders include inflation and supply chain disruptions. 89% of business leaders think the cost of doing business in Connecticut is increasing, and 50% say the state's business climate is declining.
We have this incredible demand right now, and if we're not able to get the people to fill these jobs, the biggest concern of businesses is that demand will go away. The customers will place that demand in another state where there isn't such a workforce crisis, where the cost of living isn't as high, where the cost of doing business isn't as high. Or if we hit a recession, the demand will just naturally go away.
There is some good news in the numbers. The survey also shows an increase in profitability for the majority of businesses as they continue to recover from the pandemic.
Well, tomorrow the Alex Jones defamation trial will continue in Waterbury. On Friday, the InfoWars host appeared in court but did not testify. Jones's attorney chose not to cross-examine him, and without another witness to call, the jury was dismissed early. Jones is not expected to testify tomorrow, but is expected to take the stand again sometime later this week. Also tomorrow in New Haven, attorney Ben Crump is expected to announce a lawsuit against the New Haven Police Department. The lawsuit stems from a June incident involving Randy Cox, who was left paralyzed due to an incident in police custody. Cox was recently readmitted to the hospital due to complications from his injuries. Crump will be joined by Cox's family for tomorrow's announcement at noon. We'll be following both the Alex Jones trial and this lawsuit announcement tomorrow right here on the Fox 61 News.